The Ring Fanatics podcast, episode number 159. I'm Nick, your host. With me, as always, is my co host, Joel. As always, subscribe to us on YouTube, almost at 300 subscribers. Follow us on all social media platforms Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, Facebook, wherever you can find us, including where you listen to the audio version of this podcast. Follow us on there too. This Sunday is AEW Dynasty, the first Dynasty pay per view that they're doing. And we will be doing predictions for that pay per view. Running down the card, obviously giving our thoughts and predictions as we always do. How excited are you about this Dynasty pay per view happening Sunday? The card is
I'm
looking pretty well.
excited
Pretty
about.
well.
There's a couple matches that I'm really excited about on this card.
Yeah.
Not too fond of the every month pay per view, but
Mm.
guess it is what it is.
Those, I think for what it is, I think there's like 9 matches. They could have kept
Okay,
one of them off. We'll get.
yeah,
I think it's the first match I put on here. We'll get into it, but it's looking. It is looking stacked.
yeah,
It's not like they're throwing random matches that are unnecessary.
that is very
Most of
true.
these
Yeah,
most of these feuds have been happening for a while. Danielson and Osprey was the first match announced. That was like a month ago, I think, since Revolution, maybe 2 months ago.
yeah,
Um, but every single match has been slowly building up to this, and it's just a great on paper. It looks good. Let's see if it
yeah.
delivers. I'm pretty sure it will, but
I'm sure. I'm excited about it.
me too, me too. But let's get right into the pay per view. And the first match, this is when I was talking about the questionable one. For the FTW Championship, Hook will be defending his title against Chris Jericho, as it was announced this past Wednesday on Dynamite. What are your thoughts on this feud? Who do you have winning, Joel?
I don't really care. I love Jericho, but I you could really kept this match off
Yeah,
of it and let them build it up a little more. If you were gonna lead to a match, I feel like this is just like pretty rushed just to get them on the pay per view. I think
yeah,
if you really want to have this match, should have built it up a little more, and or even just let it happen at Double or Nothing.
exactly, exactly. I 100% agree with you. When I saw this match happen last night, the first thing I thought was also I did not care about this match, but the other thing that I had a problem with for this match was the fact that they also put the trios match for the AEW and Ring of Honor trios championships on the 0 hour match
Yeah,
instead of this should have been reversed. That match should have been on the card. This should have been 0 hour.
yeah,
You
but
know,
they always have that one match on 0 hour that they want people to tune in for.
this could have been it.
They
Honestly,
knew they knew this wasn't gonna be a big enough draw. You know what I mean? So at least having that the winner takes all match has people
yeah,
enticed to go and check out the 0 hour. I think with
yeah,
Jericho and Hook, that they knew that's why it was announced so late. They knew it wasn't gonna be everybody's favorite match. You know what I mean? Because like I said, they haven't really built it up that much. They've been slowly building, but like
hmm
this is too quick for a match. Like I say, you should just wait till Double or Nothing.
You know what I think is gonna happen? I
What do
don't
you
know if you
think?
saw the trademark of the Jericho Vortex or whatever that
No,
was. You
I
didn't
did
see it?
not.
Jericho trades mark something. I gotta search it up because I don't want to get it wrong. It was the Jericho something.
Okay,
Um, and I think,
this has to do with it.
um, yeah, I
Okay,
think that yeah, it was the Jericho Vortex, the Jericho Vortex,
okay,
and I think that's a new faction that he's starting, and they're introducing it Sunday after this match. I think he's winning it, and they're probably gonna have some people. I don't know who. Wouldn't be able to tell you. Um, can't even think of 5 people to put in it. It could be literally anybody, but I think that's what they're gonna do after this match. He wins it, and out comes the or before the match finishes, they come out, help out, and then he wins it there. Um,
okay.
that's
I
what
mean,
I
that's
think
not
might
so far
happen.
fetched. That's not far fetched. I
Yeah,
feel like that does sound like a faction name. Jericho's Vortex.
yeah,
Wow,
the
that's
Jericho
crazy.
Vortex.
The
So I
Jericho
think that might
Vortex.
happen. That be like the oh shit moment of the
Yeah,
night. There's so many probably other moments you could think of, but this could be one of them. If they don't do anything, that's gonna
yeah.
give me
It
more
has
reason
to
to be
be
like,
leading. Yeah, it has to be leading to something. You are right about that.
yeah,
Because
because
there's
if
no way
it's
they're just
not leading
having
to
this match
anything,
just to have this match.
Exactly. And you're gonna put the Acclaimed and Bullet Club Gold in the 0 hour for this? Like, come on, there's got to be
Yeah,
something happening because that match
yeah,
was going on for much longer than this one, and that
that
one
is very
deserved
true.
a actual pay-per-view match and not a 0 hour on YouTube. Um,
Yeah,
that deserved something, man.
I think that's I don't know what's gonna like. We usually don't do the 0 hour predictions, but I feel
Yeah.
like something's gonna happen in that match that is just gonna be like a double DQ or something that's gonna lead up to them on Double or Nothing. There's no way they're
Probably.
giving that match and having them win like winner take all on a pre-show. That's crazy.
Exactly. That's ridiculous. This match right here, the Hook versus Jericho match, could have been Dynamite after Dynasty.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or be this past Wednesday. To hype up the crowd, but happening now. Again, this is not the match order, so I don't know if this is happening first, second, third, whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Nah, it's
so I don't know
definitely in the
what's.
middle. There's no way
Yeah,
this is anywhere towards the end, and there's no way this is opening the show
like they should have
unless
just kept it the way
something
it
big is
was.
happening.
Exactly, exactly. It has to be.
Yeah,
But I got Jericho winning this match. I don't. I mean, I love Hook. It's whatever. If he wins it, cool. But I think Jericho might win it because he saw a little bit of a heel turn on Wednesday.
yeah.
Um, so that
You
might
are right.
happen.
You are right about that. But I'm gonna go with Hook, and then Jericho's gonna snap and
Okay,
attack him after and
makes
turn heel,
sense.
and maybe that's when the whole faction thing happens. But I
Yeah,
think that's what's
maybe
gonna
I could
happen
be
here.
wrong. The whole faction thing may not happen at
Yeah,
all.
who
We don't
knows?
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
but yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. So I got Hook.
I got Jericho. I think Jericho goes to win this one. Next match on the card, we have the TBS Championship. Julia Hart defending her title against Willow Nightingale. And keep in mind, winner of this match faces Mercedes Monet at Double or Nothing. Who do you have, and what are your thoughts on this feud?
So it will make sense for them to go with Willow to go against Mercedes, but I don't think you should take it away from Julia.
Hmm,
I like her as champion. I think they've given her like her reign hasn't been badly
best.
booked. I just
Yeah,
feel like she's been here and there. Like you don't really see her a lot. And we're starting to see her more and like as we're starting to see her more, are you just gonna take the title from her? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think Julia should get that big match against Monet. Willow's already had it with New Japan. You know what I mean? Like it would be a cool
yeah,
story to have a cool match, but you can always have that in the future. You know what I mean? You can always do that.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
Julia needs to retain and then for being a day one, get her in the ring with Mercedes.
yeah. That is true. That is true. I mean, I have Willow winning, um,
Okay.
because I think I've seen reports that Julia was hurt or
Ah,
has been
okay.
hurt. I could be wrong, but
Got you.
regardless of the injury, I think still Willow Nightingale is winning because I said this a while back that I believe Monet's last match the last match she had when she got injured and was the Nightingale match, I believe.
Yes.
And I think the plan is to redo that match, where they're both healthy in
Okay.
front of a bigger audience. So I think that's what they're going to do is have
Got you.
Nightingale win and have that match at Double or Nothing for the title to add the stakes a little bit. Even though the first time they met was for the first ever Strong Women's Championship,
Yeah.
but I think this will be in a bigger stage, bigger moment. Nightingale might be a transitional champion. It is what it is, but it's
I
for
was
the
just gonna
Monet.
ask you that. I was gonna say you're
Yeah,
gonna have her lose it in a month.
I mean it would suck to say, yeah, but it makes sense storyline wise. I wouldn't be happy for it. I wouldn't want it to be a transitional champion,
Yeah.
but it seems like the direction they're going in. You know what I mean? I would love Julia to win it and retain it because I think that would be an awesome moment if she faced Monet
Yeah.
at Double or Nothing. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like that's the direction they're going. And they made it seem. Also, I feel like Monet's slowly turning heel too.
Yeah. It's
Unless
weird
like
the way I'm interested to see where it's going though.
yeah,
But these
because this
run-ins
also
and
could
stare
be
downs are like, what is
yeah.
happening? What are we gonna do? When's shit gonna pop
There's
off?
there's also that moment where like she got attacked like last week where the lights went off. People were saying it was
Yes.
Julia or Sky Blue. Um, And then like I feel like many things that this could be one of the matches where like something like oh shit can happen, where maybe Chris Statlander turns heel and joins House of Black, you know,
Yeah,
or the female version of House of Black,
that is
and
true.
then
Yeah,
Julia as the leader, um, and then like maybe that sets up for Julia Hart versus Will Renee, and then like they Monet and Will Nightingale kind of team up a little bit.
yeah.
Um, to add on, but I don't know. That's what I. There's so many things that happen, but I feel like they're aiming for Nightingale and Monet at Double Nothing.
I mean that makes sense. Yeah, but I'm gonna still go with Julia. Though. I'm gonna go with Julia. I want her to keep that title at least for another
Yeah, I
month.
mean,
Like we all
we
know
shall
she's
see.
gonna. We all know Monet's gonna win it. I just think
Yeah,
let Julia hold it for another month. I
true. Yeah,
think giving it just to Willow for a month is kind of like a slap in the face.
yeah. But the thing is, I don't. I, we shall see what happens though, because like there's so many things that can happen. You could have more, like I said, Monet turn heel, but would you want to have Willow face a babyface Monet? Be like a babyface versus babyface? Would
Yeah.
you want to have Monet versus a heel Monet versus a heel Julia Hart or something? I don't know. There's so many scenarios that can happen,
Nah, yeah, that's a
but
fact.
it's one of those things where it's like I genuinely don't know. Like that's also the thing I'm thinking of. Like
Yeah.
something else could happen, and I'll be like, oh shit, that'll be dope to see. But I think
Yeah.
this is one of the most anticipated TBS championship matches that I've been waiting for. All the
Yeah.
ones have been like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, this is one of
Cause
them. I'm like, oh,
even
I'm
cause
excited to see this.
yeah, cause even with Jade, it was like, she's definitely not losing this one. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
wasn't until, especially with the Statlander thing, it was like she's not losing until Statlander comes back.
and then
Like
she
we
came
all
out that
knew
same
that.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all knew
that was
that.
unexpected. That was
Yeah.
unexpected though. Um, but then like yeah, Chris Allen had a great run, but this was like, oh shit, this can change
Yeah.
hands or maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah.
So it's really up in the air, and
But that's
that's what I like
really
about this one.
it's really dope of how the TBS champion has become like that. I mean, like
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes it gets more love than the women's title.
yeah, not gonna lie, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true,
I'm gonna
and it's
still go
really
with
elevated it too.
yeah, facts. I'm gonna still go with Julia though. I'm gonna say she holds on to it.
I wouldn't mind Julia Hart retaining it, but my gut's going with Willow. I feel like that's where they're gonna head though. Sucks to
Yeah,
say if she is a transitional champion, but my heart's going Willow with this one.
yeah. Hopefully
Um,
they'll keep her in the picture.
yeah, for sure she will. Something's
Yeah.
happening at this match too.
Maybe it's one of those things
Yeah,
that's like, hey, you're gonna be transitional right now, but we got something planned for you. Don't worry, just this time's just not your time. Okay, we got you
yeah.
though. We gotta figure something out.
If she
If it's
wins it
something like
again
that,
down
then
the
I'll be like,
line,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
if
she
they're
wins
like,
it again down the
yo,
line, then I'll be fine. You know what I mean?
exactly. If they're like, yo, you're not gonna win it now, but you'll win it at the end of the year. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That'd be fine. But yeah, my heart's going Will Nightingale for this match.
Love that
Next
choice.
match on the card, we have the AEW International Championship. Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. I love this feud. I love
Yeah,
this.
I like this.
At first, I was like, I think Kyle O'Reilly should join the Undisputed Kingdom. He obviously not just because of the history between him and Roderick and Adam Cole. I just feel like he fits. Like
Yeah,
the whole throwing it back to Undisputed Era. It was like Kyle O'Reilly was one of the entertaining ones. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
had the serious Adam Cole. You had Roderick Strong as the handyman. Then Kyle O'Reilly was just there. You know, like and he was doing a lot of great stuff with them. I feel
yeah.
like that he's the missing part of that group. You know what I mean? Not shading
Nah, I
anybody.
definitely. No, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Cause
But
ever
it's just
since
Kyle
like
O'Reilly just the entertaining one. He's funny. He's entertaining.
no,
And he
yeah, that
fits that
makes
group well.
that's a fact because there's times that that faction just feels like they're just there. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't really feel like they're doing anything, and I don't know if that has to do with like how the group is, or if it's because like MJF got hurt and they had stuff planned for the year, and then it was just like
Yeah.
he can't be on TV now. He's injured. You know what I mean? And now we gotta change shit. And now it's like, what the fuck do you do? Isn't we got nothing for them? So I'm hoping that's what it is. And now they're gonna start ramping it up because I feel like if he did re-sign with AEW, MJF should be on his way back soon. Not sure how soon, but soon enough, and hopefully Adam Cole gets healthy soon. You know what I mean? And then we'll be off to the run-ins. But I think right now they're just trying to figure out what to do with the group. And I'm not mad at this storyline. I think this is
Me
awesome. I
either.
think this is gonna be a fun match. Shout
Yeah.
out to Kyle for even coming back
Yeah.
because
May need a little bit of a haircut because I didn't recognize him at first when he came back. I was like,
oh
"Who is this
yeah,
guy?"
it was
And
like
then I
who's
was
that?
like, I genuinely thought it was a fan ran in. I'm like, "Yo, someone get this guy out!" And I was like, "Oh shit, it's Kyle O'Reilly."
Somebody get this guy out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. But then I was like, "Yeah, great first feud."
Yeah,
Again, I agree with you. I think this is going to be a fantastic match, a sleeper match on the
yeah,
card. So,
definitely.
but I don't think Roderick Strong should lose it now.
Okay,
This could this
I was gonna say the
this
same thing.
could
I
have
thought you were gonna
been.
say I don't think he should win. I was about to say, wait, hold up,
Oh,
what?
I mean, this would have been like a great story, like later down the line in the story in his title
Yeah,
reign. Because like, if you would, this match would have happened like, I don't know, after Forbidden Door, somewhere around that time, I would have said, yeah, give it to Kyle, you
yeah,
know. But then it's like great again, like great first feud for Roderick since winning it. But it's like he's Kyle O'Reilly is a reasonable threat for him. You know what I mean?
definitely.
This could have
Yeah,
been a bigger story. Doesn't mean it's ending Sunday. It could continue a little bit longer.
yeah.
But it's too soon in his title reign to be like, yeah, I should give it up.
No, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but yeah,
I think he's keeping it 100%.
do you think it's going to be a distraction from like a not a clean win?
Yeah, definitely. Something's gonna go down.
Because I think that same thing happened when he defended it against who did he face? Was it Rocky Romero this past weekend? Um,
I'm not
the
too
bad, yeah.
positive who he defended it against.
I know he defended it this weekend. I forgot who he, or some Friday or Saturday. I don't know, but he faced it, and then the Taven and Bennett interfered.
Now it would
Um,
make sense for him to win by
yeah,
disqualification, like a distraction or help or something like that. That's what I thought they were gonna do with O'Reilly at first. I thought they were gonna have him go through the whole group before getting to
okay,
Roderick, because then it would have been like, you could build this up and do it down the line. Like you don't have to do it this Sunday. Like you could have had
yeah,
him go up against one of the Kingdom guys, and then go through Wardlow, you know what I mean? And maybe the Wardlow match, he wins by DQ, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and set it up for him and Roger.
Unless like they do something with the storyline to where like he loses Sunday, regardless of clean or not clean. They face off again. He loses again, and then it's one of those like if you can't beat him, join him type of thing.
Yeah,
Um, or they kind of do something similar to how Roderick Strong joined the Undisputed Era. Like out of nowhere, he has like a tag partner. They're facing off against the
true, yeah.
Kingdom, and then he just joins. Like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna join them. You know, I had enough of
That was such
this.
a sick
I can't go
moment.
by myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was New Orleans, right? New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
Damn.
one of the first takeovers that I watched, which is insane.
was that the Dusty Rhodes Classic match?
Yeah, it was a triple threat tag. I think it was. It
Yeah.
was AOP and then Undisputed Era before Roderick Strong
Yeah.
because Adam
And
Cole was
then,
in it. Adam Cole and
yes,
yes,
because
because
he had to
that was
fight
the same.
twice because Bobby
Yes,
Fish is made out of
yes,
glass. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. And
yeah.
then Roderick was with, was it,
Be
who
done.
was he? Done.
Be
Okay.
done. Yeah, because the story I think that I don't want to go off topic, but this that story was like AOP and then versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne was the finals of the tournament. But I think
Got you.
they ended like double DQ, and then that's what made it a triple threat tag.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that was a great moment.
What a time.
But something could happen similar. Not I'm not saying Sunday, but
Down the road, yeah.
eventually, yeah,
I can see that.
yeah. So I don't know.
But
We shall
yeah.
see.
But we got Roderick, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
Roderick. Shout out to Roderick and shout out to Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. I'm
Cut his
excited for
hair,
this
but
match. Cut
yeah,
his
cut his hair. Joel, you're a barber. You can cut his hair for him when he comes here. Yeah,
Yo, hit me up, man.
yeah. Kyle O'Reilly hit up Joel, man.
Let
Because
me know. Let me know. I got you.
but yeah, next match on the card is a trios match. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe taking on the House of Black. Loving this. I love this storyline. A
Yeah.
lot of shit can happen here. Um, this is an interesting matchup. Malachi and Adam Copeland seems like what's going to go down soon. Eventually,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Which is a sick matchup. About time at Malachi Black is going for a title.
And I
So.
think he should take it off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe so too.
We'll talk
You know
about
what I
that
think
though in the
is?
future, but yeah,
Yeah,
I think he should take it
yeah.
off of him.
You know what I think is gonna happen here?
What?
Well, I got House of Black winning, but I think because you got to realize too, Mark Briscoe won the Ring of Honor World Championship too.
Yep.
So it's three champions against three other people. I think down the road, each one of them is going to get a championship match against the other three in this match. Um, and
Okay.
it may be against across the other person in this graphic. I think Malachi might go after Adam Copeland,
I can see.
Matthews
Yep.
against Kingston,
Mhm.
Brody against Mark Briscoe. I think that would be sick. Like maybe they just do another trios match, not this Sunday, but another trios match, but they put their titles on the line. If they lose, they all lose their titles,
That'd
type
be
of thing.
kind of sick.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of dope, to be honest. I could
because
definitely
that's
see that
something different.
happening. I could
Yeah,
definitely see that happening, especially with Brody. I think that would be dope as hell.
exactly. And it'll be sick to do. I mean, I don't think they should defend it in trios matches. Like they all have, defended separately.
No,
But
yeah,
it would be dope if like they defended the titles together, because that's what they're known for.
yeah.
So,
Damn, but I got House of Black too. I think they deserve this win. I think a loss to Copeland, Kingston, Briscoe, it's alright. Like they're good.
mhm.
You know what I mean? I think House of Black
Yeah,
they need this win, especially over these big names. It helps them out.
exactly. I think Malachi should pin Adam Copeland for this
Yes.
match. That'll definitely set him up to be a challenger for the TNT title down the line.
Yeah, because basically, I always look at it. If you pin the champion, number one contender, homie.
Yeah,
Like that's how I look at it. So if you, I think he should pin him, and then that's the big match next month.
hopefully. And again, all three of these guys are champions, so it'd be
Yeah,
insane to like all of them get a title shot down the line.
have these just as singles. Fuck it,
Yeah,
why not next pay
yeah,
per view, man? Let's do it, man. Fuck
yeah.
it, I'm down with
Rematch
it.
next month. Yeah, but there's got to be a reason. I mean, this is like one of the first matches that were announced.
Yeah,
So if they planned this out, far in advance, there's got to be a big story to it. This wasn't because if you're someone who haven't watched AEW in a while, you would think this was like a last minute match
yeah,
on paper.
like just a thrown together type of thing.
Yeah, but it was planned for a while, so there's a big story to this than just a random trios match. So who knows? Who
Yeah,
shall?
and also we don't know, man. Maybe something might happen on the teams. I mean, Kingston did lose to Briscoe. He did lose his title to
Yeah,
Briscoe. You never
yeah.
know, man.
We could
Can
see him
they
turn
work
heel.
as a unit?
Yeah, yeah. Will Christian Cage get involved? Who
That's
knows? We
all.
haven't seen
That is
Christian
also
Cage.
something we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I think since he lost the title, I think that's the last time we saw him that I remember.
Yeah, yeah, I would think so.
Hold on, when did
Damn,
he
that's
win the
wild.
title?
That's the last time we saw him.
It wasn't at. It was. I think it was right after. Or was it? I think it was right after Revolution. I believe. Hold on. Let me see when did Adam Copeland win the
Did he win it at
championship?
Revolution?
No, I think it was a Dynamite. It was on Dynamite in Canada,
Yes. Yeah, I forgot
March
about
20th. It
that.
says.
Yeah,
Yeah, the I Quit match. The I Quit
the
match.
I Quit match. Yes,
Yeah, that. Yeah, yeah. I remember that. You
that
got
was a
put. He
good
was on the
match.
table, I think, or whatever that was. Um, the
Now
barbed
they
wire. Was it a barbed wire?
fuck. Now I'm
So
trying
he
to
was
think.
he was leaning against something. I remember that. And then he said like, "Oh, I quit." And then I was like, "Oh, yeah." He was think he was pinned against the ropes. And then remember he was
That's
gonna
what it
do a low
was.
blow.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So what if like he thought like, "Yo, I quit. I had to take time off because I quit the
yeah,
company." You know what I mean? But then they could see like how Nick Wayne and Killswitch didn't technically quit, so they could still do whatever they want.
yeah.
So
That's it. Yo, there's a lot of possibilities with this.
yeah, so
Both
so many
sides, man.
possibilities. Yeah,
Damn.
that
I'm
is
excited.
true.
Damn. As we're going through, I'm like, fuck, this is getting me even more hyped.
I feel like I say this a lot in AEW pay per views. Like, there's so many things
Yeah,
that
but
can
yo,
happen.
their pay per views are usually so good. Like,
Yeah, they don't need anything
and
afterwards. That's the thing.
even when it's not the best, we take it for granted because we're like, ah, it was a high pay per view. But
Yeah,
like, Ask somebody watching wrestling in 2012 how that pay per view looked as fucking night and day. They're like, this is amazing. You know what I mean? So we take
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
granted, but I don't think they really have had like a stinker of a pay per view. I feel like there's always at least two or three that kill it. I think they do that on purpose with the long cards.
Yeah,
But
this one's not that. I mean, if they didn't add the Jericho Hook match, this it would have been fine either way.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they didn't need to add that match. The acclaimed Blue Club Gold one, maybe they could have added that one in,
yeah.
but I think it was fine the way it was regardless. Um,
And the
again,
pay per views go so quick.
yeah, it feels like it goes by pretty fast, but then you look at the time, it's like, oh shit, it's already past
Yeah, but
midnight.
like, is that a
Fuck.
good thing or a
Yeah,
bad thing that goes so quick?
I guess so because they make you so invested into
Yeah, that is
the
true. Then you're
thing.
like, oh shit, it's already midnight.
Exactly. They don't realize.
Yeah,
Maybe there's
that
some
is
points they'd
true.
be like, this match is kind of going too long, that it shouldn't be this
There is
long.
times like that. Yeah,
Yeah. So maybe that's also an issue.
that is
But I
true.
guess they need some breaks in between to
Yeah.
kind of like calm down. Because imagine Danielson Osprey match, and then right after it's like the tag team ladder match. You have to calm down a little
So,
bit.
so I'm kicking off with that. But when we get to that,
We'll
we'll
get
get to
it.
that.
Yeah,
But
we'll get into
well,
it.
I'm kicking off with that. But
Okay.
yeah, I
I
got
don't.
House of Black. I got House of Black.
Me too. I guess House of Black. I think one of those matches are next. Oh no. Continental Championship match. Kazuchika Okada defending his title against Pac. Um, this is a pretty interesting feud. I mean,
I'm so hyped for this match.
yeah,
I'm so hyped for this match.
me too.
Okada's
Oh,
winning, of course. There's
I
no way
agree.
he's losing that title so quickly. He's keeping it. This is gonna be a great match. I don't think this is gonna be the last one.
There's gonna be a rematch out of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna start a little feud with these two.
Okay.
Like they
Yeah, I
already
feel.
built, they already have it. But this
Mhm.
match, I don't know how he's gonna win. I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win clean. That's the thing.
Okay. Well, no,
I think the Bucks.
because you got to remember too. I was gonna say, glad you brought that up because it just reminded me. It's Continental Rules match, so
Yes, I
there's no
forgot about
outside
that.
interference.
I did forget about
Um,
that.
I mean, he could do like a distraction, a low blow, or something to cheat by himself
I
without
think
the
he's
Young
gonna.
Bucks.
I think he's just gonna cheat to win, and it's gonna be like, oh no, not Okada. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
Yeah,
one of those ones like, damn, he is a
yeah.
heel.
I mean, because you gotta, yeah, that is true. People, I mean, I think people are getting used to Okada as a heel.
Yeah,
Um, and I think that would add on to it if he cheats himself without any help.
yeah.
Um,
A
because
low
again,
blow right into the Rainmaker. You're good.
yeah,
Match over.
exactly, exactly. Because the thing is, like, I know, like, I don't know, from what we've seen from these Continental Championship matches, there hasn't been like a no disqualification one yet.
Yeah,
I don't know how that rule would take place. Like, it's still disqualification, but no one can interfere. Um, because they could use like weapons and stuff. Because if that happens, they could be like, "Hey, still disqualification. I could still get involved."
true.
But
The loophole.
yeah, that could be something that could happen. Like maybe next match, second match of them two, Pac wins because of help, or Okada wins because of cheating from the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
We don't know. Um, but my theory, yeah, I agree. I think Okada should retain it, but I think down the line we're gonna see an Omega and Okada match for the title.
Hmm.
And then Omega's gonna win it, entering this year's Continental Classic with the championship.
Okay.
Um, because I don't know if you saw the rules of it for going forward. Whoever is the champion enters the Classic every year.
Okay.
Um, so if Omega's the champion before this year's Continental Classic, he's gonna have to be in it, and
Is he
I think
just the
that'd be
final
awesome.
match, or does he have to defend it
It's the
every
same thing. Yeah,
match?
it's like how Eddie Kingston did it last year.
Okay.
He has to win the entire
By the
thing to
points.
retain it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Got you.
and if he gets eliminated, then he loses the championship. It's like vacanted, I guess.
Okay.
Um, but I think Omega should win it and enter the Continental Classic as the champion, because then I'll give him a reason to be in it because he wasn't in it last year. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, I think that would be sick. But
I
yeah, go ahead.
damn. I don't know, man. That actually sounds dope. but I think it would be cooler to like announce him coming back, saying
Oh,
he's
yeah.
entering the Continental Classic, and
Oh,
then you get
okay.
the big Okada Omega match in the
At World's
finals
End.
or the semifinals, and then it's like
Yeah.
whoa, like. But also, I think Okada loses it before then, and I think he gets in there as just a challenger, and I think whoever's
Okay.
champion loses, like just loses, and then the final is
Omega.
for a vacated belt, Omega Okada.
Okay.
And if you do it
Okay.
at World's End again, that's another big main event for
Yeah.
World's End. That's a way to close out a year.
Oh
Omega and
shit.
Okada for the title. That's fire.
Ooh. That'd be insane. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fuck with that actually. Prefer that, yeah.
I
Damn.
think
I'm excited for that.
I
Got
think
me
that'd
excited
be
for that
I
shit,
think that'd be
man.
sick. Or even if you keep the belt, I just don't think he should hold on for it that long. I think like somebody should get it from him like on a quick roll up or something, and he's mad about it or whatever. But then just lets go of it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's in a 6-man storyline with the Bucks. You know what I mean? He just forgets about it, and then they put him in the Continental Classic, and then that's when we
Yeah.
start seeing them go at it, but in different
Groups.
groups, and it's like
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this can only lead to one thing.
Oof. Yeah. I mean, I hope Eddie Kingston gets back in it because I think that should. I think he hasn't said
Yeah,
anything about that, but like I think the winner of the previous tournament, if they're not champion, they should automatically be in it.
yeah,
Too.
definitely.
Like if, like let's say if like Okada is not the champion this year entering the classic and he wins it again, but he's not the champion next year, he should be in it again like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Nah, I
as like
agree with
a
that.
competitive thing to do.
Yeah, because it's
But
like
yeah, I
all the
got
former
Okada.
champions are in there.
Yeah,
Got big competition. Nah, yeah, I got
yeah,
Okada too, man. I think, like I said, I think he's gonna hold on to it for a little bit. I'm, like I said, like I'm already talking about the future with Omega and him, but this match is gonna be sick, and I'm
it
excited
is.
for it. I think a lot of people been sleeping on Okada since he signed with AEW. Seen a lot of slander
Yeah,
about Okada. I'm gonna need y'all to take it fucking easy because he's the guy. I don't know if y'all forgot, he is the guy. Let me
yeah,
say it for louder for the people in the back. Every company wanted this man. There's a reason, and I think we're gonna find out that reason only on pay per view. I think
exactly. I know.
throughout the weeks he's gonna perform because he's a performer. You know what I mean? He everybody wants to see Okada, but you're not gonna get Okada level unless you're seeing him on pay per view.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's what we're gonna get this Sunday. And I'm
I'm
excited.
excited for it. I'm
I'm
excited
excited.
for it. Me too.
I
But
hope, because let me just say the last prediction that I said, this is gonna steal this is the match of the night. The Usos fucking
yeah.
let me down.
A
Let me
lot of these are
down.
going to be match of the night
Yeah.
candidates, but like,
But I think this one's gonna be a great match.
yeah,
There's too many
this is going to be
matches to be like,
fantastic.
yo, because I think there's a couple matches that could steal the show. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this one's gonna be solid. This is gonna be like an actual like this is a pro wrestling match.
exactly. Yeah, I was
They're
going to
gonna
say
go
that
at
too.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, it is pro wrestling, and I'm glad this is his first pay per view matchup. No better opponent than Pac.
yeah. This was
Um,
awesome. Great choice.
and I'm glad he's back too. I'm glad he's healthy again. I
Yeah,
know he's out for a while. Hope nothing goes bad because I actually want to see him compete. I feel like he could also be someone in the Continental Classic this year if he's healthy.
definitely.
He's a great participant. Um, fresh new faces in it this year than it was last year. So I just hope Pax he's healthy. I could definitely see him being the one taking it off Okada again down the line.
I could see that.
Um,
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to continue this feud, but if it resurfaces down the line, I could definitely see Pac winning it from him.
I'm
But yeah,
believing.
I
I think
got you.
it's gonna be on and off. I think it's gonna be on and off until
Yeah,
whatever. I
maybe
think.
because
I think.
I could see Okada doing more stuff with the Young Bucks,
Yeah,
um, like as trios. But
yeah.
we
He's gonna
shall
be
see.
somebody that's gonna keep popping up and just be a thorn on the side of Okada.
Yeah,
And that's
I
and
would
he's
agree.
because I agree. I think he is a good candidate to take it off of Okada. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
does him a
I would
lot,
agree. So exactly, exactly.
but
So
not
yeah, I
yet.
got
But not
not yet.
yet.
Yeah.
I got Okada.
Too soon for Okada too. He just got here. He just got the
Yeah,
championship. So we shall wait till he gets it off. Um, but yeah, I got Okada winning
Same.
this. Next match, we got the AEW Women's Championship. Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. Um, I mean, I love Tony Storm, but this is not like one of my favorite feuds of her so far.
I'm
If I'm
okay.
being honest,
Yeah.
yeah, like I think they could have done Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo too for this pay per view. I
Mhm.
would have been completely fine if that match happened,
Yeah.
but I don't know why they just skipped over that part.
I think
You know what I mean?
this is leading to it. I think there's gonna be a big match at Double or Nothing. Either a 4-way or a
Unless like,
3-way. I think it's gonna be something like that.
yeah,
So I
that's what I
think
was gonna
that
say. I think
this is
it's
just like Tony's winning this. Like this is just a match just set up for the next pay per view.
yeah. I could see Mariah May or Luther distracting it like they did with Deanna at Revolution.
Yeah.
To set up, like you said, to set up that triple threat match for Double or Nothing. Um, and then unless they do a return here for either I could see either Britt Baker or Tony or Jamie Hayter
Yeah.
coming out afterwards. Because if you think about it, Jamie Hayter also was the one who lost to Tony Storm, I believe.
Yeah.
Or she beat Tony Storm,
I think
vice versa. I think that would
I
be a
think she
great
beat
story to
Tony.
bring her back to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she beat Tony.
I think she beat Tony if
So
I'm not
that,
mistaken.
yeah, yeah, I believe so too. And I think that'd be a great story to add her back into.
Most
The Fatal
definitely.
Four Way at Double or Nothing would be, you know, four top competitors in the company, two of the top four women's wrestlers today outside of WWE. Um,
Yeah.
that'll be a great matchup. There could be so many possibilities who wins it there, but if that's a setup for this feud, then I'm all for it. Just do it.
Yeah. Because I think that's what's gonna happen. Like I feel like Deanna's gonna come out and try and help Thunder Rosa when somebody tries to interfere, and she's gonna end up costing Thunder Rosa the match, or Thunder Rosa's gonna think she cost her the match, and then that's gonna
Yeah,
create tension
yeah,
between them, and then that's when they're just gonna do the big 4-way match. But I don't think it's gonna be Hayter or Bray. I think it's actually gonna be Mariah May. I think
okay,
it's
yeah,
gonna be Mariah
yeah,
May.
makes
And
sense.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that might be it. I think that might be the pin on
Or unless
for
like,
Mariah.
y- unless like they do where something to where like Mariah May try to hit Thunder Rosa and then she accidentally hits Tony Storm.
Yeah.
And then that's when Deanna comes out and like, yo, let the match go clean. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
interfere. Then they find the side. Thunder Rosa gets distracted. Then Tony Storm still ends up winning somehow. Like a
Yeah.
roll up or something. And that causes the
Yeah.
tension in between. Like you said, Thunder Rosa thinks Deanna tried to screw her over. Yeah, and then
Exactly.
there's all four of them got tension with each other in a way.
Yep.
Um,
I'm
Also not a
down for
bad
that.
matchup. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's also not.
I think Jamie's coming back soon. I
I
think that's
hope
gonna be
so.
a dope moment when she comes back. I don't know where Britt's at. I hope Britt's coming back soon also. Um
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be like the big match this summer, Britt and Jamie, but I think you would have needed to start building it already if it was gonna happen.
And all in.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you would have
yeah.
had to already. I think you needed like a couple months to build that up. Like I
I
know
would
it's still
rather
in
see
August, but I think you needed more time.
at this point. I would rather see Mariah May versus Tony Storm one on one. For
Yeah,
all in, that should be the backup plan. I mean, it should be the plan right now if Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter aren't ready or close to being ready to return.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I
I don't
still
think
say
that
we're
should be
getting.
rushed.
I still say we're getting Britt and Monet. I still say we're getting that one, but
Okay,
I believe that 100%
but they
that we're
still,
getting.
I think they should have a long term story entering all in, and I think
Yeah,
this is the closest one we can get to it. Unless they have MJF return and have that rematch between Adam Cole and MJF, but this is like currently the longest long term
yeah.
storytelling that I could think of that could
No,
enter
yeah,
it.
definitely. This
Because
makes
Britt
sense
Baker
now.
versus Monet is money on paper, no pun intended, money on paper, but
Yeah.
it's got to build up long term.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Cause wow, you could. I forgot you could do the MJF Cole match. Damn,
technically
that's actually crazy.
that can happen. So,
So
but
dope.
this one, because I genuinely thought this match would have been the rematch with Diana. But again, if this is to build up to Double or Nothing, like a Fatal 4-Way triple threat,
Yeah,
okay, I wouldn't be that mad at it. But Deanna, I feel like Deanna should win the women's world championship down the line.
No,
I
definitely.
just, I
I
think she should win it this year. To be honest,
Yeah, I thought she was gonna. I thought she was gonna have a big feud with Tony, and they just did the one match, and then that was it.
I mean, I hope they bring it back and
No, yeah,
resurface it. It seems like it's
definitely.
still going on.
But that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is just a little step for it, that we're still having that match just in a 4-way, and then maybe they do one more match in like June or July before Wembley.
Most likely, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, they're gonna have to get past Forbidden Door if you know what I mean.
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Deanna and Tony Storm at Forbidden Door. You know what I
No, yeah,
mean? It's probably gonna
definitely.
be AEW versus maybe Stardom, or
Yeah, I think that's
you know,
exactly what's gonna happen.
Julia's
And
out the picture
and
now. So
that's why they already started building that. I'm happy that you
yeah,
saw that. Yeah, they did
yeah,
that with the little moment last week with Mariah. They
yeah,
started
yeah. That
already
moment, yeah,
sprinkling the
yeah,
seeds, letting you know Tony's gonna fight one of them.
yeah.
Kind of like
I
for
think so.
custody of Mariah, basically.
Kinda, yeah, yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
that's what it's
Because
gonna be.
I think they realized like shit, we're not getting Julia,
Yeah,
or we can't really partner with Julia, as her on the other side of New
yeah.
Japan. So they're like, you know
But
what? Let's just include Stardom.
yeah, I think that's still a dope move for them to do. I think that's
Yeah,
awesome. Working
yeah.
with another company like that.
Makes sense too. I mean, they've
Most
been doing,
definitely.
I think, AEW Star versus AEW Star for the last two Forbidden Doors, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it would
Might as
make
well give
sense
them
to finally get another company in there and have some representation.
exactly, exactly.
And also,
But
that show's
we
gonna be
insane. It's gonna
insane.
be Long Island right here.
Yeah,
Damn, that's sick.
which your new IWGP champ, John
John
Moxley.
Moxley, yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
First person to win three major belts in two different companies: WWE, AEW, and New Japan.
Wild.
Yeah, I could feel like I could have sworn John Moxley already won it, but when he said he won it for the first time, I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Might have been like
yeah.
a Mandela effect. I don't know, but I feel like he
Because for
won
a
it
fact,
originally.
I thought he had won it before, and then I
Yeah.
thought about it, and I was like, no,
No,
he
this is his
hasn't.
first
Oh
time.
shit.
Yeah.
I guess it's just
Yeah.
so many pictures of him photoshopped with the belt that like I thought he
Yeah.
had it once. But
He
now
he won
but then you sit down, you think
the
about it, you're like, no, he never had that shit.
he won the US belt, but like it's like
Yes,
wait, how many times has he won that one, or does he win another one after that? I don't know.
I don't know.
And
I
I
think he
was I
won
was
that
like
one like
when I saw
twice.
it, yeah,
Yeah, I think he won that one
yeah,
like twice. Because I remember he defended it on AEW during COVID, but then lost it somewhere. And then
that
I
was
feel
the
like he showed
Kenta,
up.
right?
Yeah, and then I feel like he showed up with it again down the line. I
Probably.
could be wrong, but I think he's won that belt twice.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Oh no, no, sorry, read it wrong. My apologies. Thought that was
Oh,
breaking news, but
I
never mind.
thought that was breaking news too.
Me too.
Oh
Um,
damn, my laptop's about to die. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off my camera real quick.
but yeah, I got Tony Storm winning this one. I love Thunder Rosa, but if it's not leading to anything afterwards, if Deanna Praws is not in it, which I hope she is, then yeah, it's just another match for Tony Storm. I think.
Yeah, same here. I got Tony winning.
Yeah.
I don't think Deanna's winning.
Next match we have is the for the vacant tag team titles, Young Bucks versus FTR in a ladder match. Dope as fuck. You know, first time they are competing together in a non regular tag team match.
Yeah,
So this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is the besides the Osprey Danielson match, this is the next match I'm looking forward to. That match and this one.
1,000%.
Yeah,
I
looking
I
forward to
think
this one.
this match is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a fun match.
It is.
I'm
It is.
excited to see what FTR is gonna do in a ladder match. I know
Hmm.
they always like to pull out old school stuff. I'm excited to see what kind of double team moves they could do with some ladders. I'm excited to see that. Of
Me
course, the
too.
Bucks are the Bucks in a ladder match.
Yeah.
They're gonna wall out like they usually do.
Yeah. A lot of great spots are going to happen in this match. I know that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Question is, who takes the W? Who
You
do
know
you
what
got,
I'm
Nick?
gonna. You know what I say? Because I have. Did you see the reports that Motor City Machine Guns have signed with the AEW?
Yes.
So this is my thing with that. I think the best way to introduce the Motor City Machine Guns is through this match specifically. You have it can also tie into the Young Bucks character as EVPs. It's not really characters, but this on-screen stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
Um, you could have like uh, Motor City Machine Guns cost FTR the belts, help Young Bucks win the titles, and you could have like maybe this upcoming Wednesday, and the Young Bucks say like, yeah, we have history with them, early TNA days. They came to us wanting contracts, kayfabe wise, wanting contracts with AEW,
Yeah.
and we told them like, hey, if you want to sign with us, help us win this Sunday, and we'll get you those contracts. And they help them win the tag titles. They don't join the elite. They're
Okay.
still gonna be separate. But they kind of join in as heels, start a feud with FTR, and we see FTR versus Motor City Machine Guns down the line in a dream match that everyone wants to see on TV or a
Okay.
pay per view.
I'm super down with that. I think it's gonna go the other way. I think
They're gonna help
FTR is taking
FTR.
the dub. I think FTR is taking the dub. I think you should introduce Motor City through this match, but I think you do it in a more subtle way of like just having you show them in the crowd. They bought their
Like NXT
tickets.
does.
They bought their tickets. They're watching the show, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Um, Somehow they distract the Bucks by mistake, not like, or more like the Bucks are more distracted with them,
Okay, yeah, yeah,
right?
that makes sense. Yeah,
The Bucks lose, FTR wins. Bucks come out Wednesday, they call them out. They said, "You thought you were gonna come in here and just like come and fight us and try to get our belts,
yeah.
but guess what? You cost us the match, so you don't even get what you want." That's when we get
Okay,
FTR coming out. Yeah, FTR saying we respect you guys so much. You are a big part of the tag team boom in like the early 2000s, and you're such a
yeah.
legendary tag team. Out of respect, we will grant you a tag match. Now you got a big tag match, this big dream match, FTR Motor City. You get the dream match happening, the Bucks interfere. The Bucks interfere, and now you got a storyline with the Bucks and Motor City. You push not that you push FTR to the side, but you push the Bucks and Motor City to their own storyline, and you let FTR just hold the titles and do their own thing. Because
Okay.
Bucks and Motor City do not need the titles. They could have
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
storyline just with the years of knowing each other and feuds and you know what I mean and stuff like that. So I think they don't need it, but you kind of introduce them through that way, and you still do Motor City and FTR down the line. But the first match that happens, maybe it's like 2 or 3 minutes, and the Bucks interfere, and then
Okay.
after that, Motor City has just eyes on the Bucks. And it's not till they defeat the Bucks that then they do like maybe a match
We
on
won.
Dynamite for a
Yeah.
number one contender, and then we finally get the dream match of FTR Motor City, and by then you can either turn FTR heel, you could turn Motor City heel, you know what I mean, depending what you want to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
with it. So you don't have to have a babyface tag.
That
I
is
think you
true.
turn FTR heel because I think that's their
Ooh.
best work. I
Yeah,
think
that is true.
FTR as heels are the best version of FTR. So
That is
FTR
true.
major heels versus a super squeaky babyface Motor City Machine Gun. I think that's a dope match for the
That would
titles.
be dope. That would
Yeah.
be dope.
I think you just have it down the line. You let them do their thing with the Bucks. FTR just runs through the tag division, having great feuds, great matches, and then down the road they meet Motor City, and
Because
probably
you
Motor
could,
City maybe takes it from them.
because you could do like a multi-series, like multi-match feud between FTR and Motor City Machine Guns at first.
Yeah,
Eventually, I think by the time that would be done, that I hope the Young Bucks will be new, like lose the titles by then. Then someone else like a babyface tag team would win it to have Motor City Machine Guns as heels face them. But I get your point too. I wouldn't
yeah,
mind that
that's
either.
true.
But I think they're gonna get involved, like
Yeah, they,
in the ring, not like
e-
sidelines.
yeah. Either way, they're gonna be there. They're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be there.
gonna
If
be the
they're
introduction.
signed, they're gonna be there. This is the
It
place to introduce them.
and it'll be kind of like that Santana and Ortiz moment to be like maybe they will be in disguise, maybe they won't be in disguise. They'll just come
Yeah,
out and be like, "Oh shit, this is the Morrissey Machine Guns."
and it's gonna be more
Um,
of like if you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, you know. Because
Even though if
that
you,
same happened moment, the same moment happened with PNP, where it was like they took off the
yeah,
mask, be like, oh shit, that's PNP.
yeah,
Um, so
which is crazy. They called them LAX on television, on AEW television.
I didn't even
When
call
they,
that. I didn't even
I think
hear that
when they show up, I think they say that's LAX.
at first.
I think, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant recently. I'm like, I didn't
No,
know
no,
they
no.
called
Like
him.
when they
Oh, okay.
first come out, I think they say like that's LAX, that's Santana and
Okay.
Ortiz, and then it's
Maybe they
not
didn't change their
till
names yet at that
yeah,
time. Probably, yeah.
because then it wasn't until because they AEW still didn't have TV. It wasn't until they had the first
That
episode
was
that they
all
would
out,
introduce.
right?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
then they
that
would
was all out.
introduce with Jericho, and it was like, all right,
Yeah,
this is proud
I
and
forgot about
powerful.
that.
You know what I mean? So that's how we got that name. But I always look
Yeah,
at that clip and I'm like, that's crazy.
that's a great moment. I'm so mad that
Yeah,
they fucked them up.
that is a great moment.
Yeah,
I don't know if they fucked
I
them
will
up.
never forget. I'll never
Just
forgive AEW for that though. I'll never forget. That's like I love AEW, but it's like that's the thing that I'm like I don't forgive Tony Khan for doing, giving them the tag titles sooner.
I
You know what I
think
mean?
I think he did a lot with them. I think
Yeah, yeah. I'm
they
not saying
the
that they were
times that they were
wasted.
supposed yeah, I think the times they were supposed to win the belts, it just I guess wasn't a good time for
Yeah,
AEW to give up the belts. Especially I remember the big match that they had at in Jacksonville. That was during
yeah.
COVID. It was like half the arena was filled, but everybody was like going for a PNP and everybody thought they were gonna win. But I think at that point that was when they were doing the partnership with Impact and they couldn't get the belts off of the Bucks. You know what I mean? They needed to keep the belts on the Bucks
I remember
because of that
Santana.
like storyline. And I think that's the reason they didn't win it. And then they just never had another chance. And then Santana got injured and was just like, fuck.
Yeah, because I remember Santana was on Chris Van Vliet's show, and he talked about that, like that they were supposed to win it around that
Yeah.
time, but I
Yeah.
forgot why he said it. But
My
he said they
that
were
would be
supposed to.
my thought. My thought would be because of that partnership, they wanted that group to be filled with gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was when they did the Bucks. Anderson and Gallows was back. That's when Kenny was
Yes.
champions of Impact and AEW. I
Hmm.
believe that was around the same time, so it would make sense keep the belts on the Bucks, even though it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense on paper. It makes sense advertisement wise, storyline wise. You know what I mean? That's like the power group. And I think
Yeah.
that's why they didn't get it. But then like they started building up steam, and then that's when Santana got hurt and was like, "Fuck." And then
Yeah.
he
I
came back
believe.
and wanted to be a solo star.
Yeah, that is true. But going back to this match, I think whoever wins this match becomes the first three-time tag team champions
Yeah.
because they both won it
Wow.
twice already.
That's
So
crazy.
that's also something to add stakes. I don't think they. I think they mentioned it once.
But
But
they're
like, they
not
could
really
have
like
revolved
leaning
around that
into
more.
it.
Yeah, 'cause
They should
that's
lean
at
into
this
it.
yeah at this point it's like that's big for them. First three-time tag champs. No one
Exactly.
talks about that. You have Tony Storm and Shida who were the first three-time women's champions, and they always bring that up, but they
Yeah.
haven't brought that up a lot for this feud. But I'm sure they will during the
Which
match.
is crazy that people like I get it. FTR is not like the hottest thing in
Yeah,
AEW, but like you can't say that they don't do shit with them. There was
yeah,
a
they
little
do.
time that they weren't, and was like, but also they were doing a lot of fucking Triple A shit at
Yeah,
that
they
moment.
had
So
a
it
lot
was
of
like,
belts.
yeah, they were booked all over the place, but
Exactly. Yeah,
AEW. So it was like, shit, like
yeah,
at least you're getting them everywhere else. And I think that was also because since their schedule was so busy, it was like, why throw you in another storyline, homie?
yeah.
But now they're finally, I think they're killing it. I think they've been killing it for a minute. I
They've
still
been
think
there.
they're
Yeah,
one of the best tag teams out there. Shout out FTR.
yeah. Love this. This is a great time to be a tag team wrestling fan for AEW.
Yeah.
Um,
And like people are
so
like, why are they going back? Like, why they keep having this match? But we talked about it. Like, remember that this was the match we were supposed to have before Ricky and Big Bill won the tag belts. This was the number
yeah,
one contender match. This was who was it that
yes,
won? The
yes,
Bucks and
yeah.
FTR was champion, and we were supposed to get this match
We
a
never got it.
while ago.
Yeah,
Never got it, and I told you they're gonna circle around and they'll come back to it. Here
yeah,
we go. Vacated though for the vacated belts.
yeah.
No
So
one's
it's not
champion
really not.
going in.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
exactly.
nobody
So
has the advantage.
yeah, but I got Young Bucks winning this one though.
Oh, I got FTR baby.
This is also somebody like I don't care who wins this, so
Yeah, I don't
I
mind
wouldn't
this
be mad.
match. Because I
But
think the Bucks winning it would be fucking hilarious, and them coming
yeah.
out with the belts every week, people would just be fucking tight.
And you have Okada as champion, so it makes sense to have a trio
Yeah.
group as
Oh
champion.
man, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
a that's a
um
cool picture right there. All the
yeah,
belts. That's fire.
it is fire. And then maybe Omega Hangman come back. They're in that feud. I don't know. There's so many more you could do with this, but I feel like
Yeah.
FTR could also be like we're gonna give like the young tag teams a shot. So you could do so much with FTR as tag champs too.
Yeah, because
Um,
FTR, I feel like you could do kind of like. I love open challenges. I love that
yeah,
as
me
a
too.
champion.
Me
I
too.
think FTR would be a dope like open challenge. Just have them go against the young tag teams and put them on that spotlight. You know what I mean? Like give them that
Yeah,
shine of teams that we usually don't see. Even Ring of Honor teams that we usually don't see that much.
exactly. Like I know Adam Copeland's been doing it, but he did it for briefly, and it was for
Yeah.
the younger guys. I think they can go up against anybody. FTR, like even if they're not signed to Ring of Honor or TN or AEW, not necessarily TNA guys, but like I don't know whoever is a hot tag team
Just
out
indie
there, and
guys. Yeah.
yeah,
I think that
or me,
I think that would be sick.
yeah,
Do it like every little every city you go to.
surprise one,
Just get like the biggest indie tag team in that area. Be like, yo, pull up. Let's
yeah,
do this.
yeah,
I think that
that would
would
be
be
cool.
cool. Them doing that against up and coming tag teams. Damn,
Exactly.
shout out FTR man.
Yeah. Shout out FTR, but I got the Young Bucks. I'm going with the Young Bucks.
FTR. FTR.
Next match we have is Brian Danielson versus Will Ospreay. The dream match everyone wanted.
What is there even
Do
to
you?
say about this? What is
Yeah,
there even to say?
yeah.
First of all, I
This
don't care who wins.
me neither.
Second of all, I cannot wait for this.
I mean, I kind of care. I would prefer Ospreay to win it, but
Okay, yeah.
if Danielson wins it, it would be like cool. And
Because I think a loss to Brian doesn't hurt Will because Brian is such an OG that it's
yeah,
like coming in and fighting like the Undertaker or something. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's the OG. Like if you lose him, it's like okay. You thought you was this shit, you not that much, but okay, but I feel you. I think Will should win.
yeah. Because he is undefeated in pay per views, so I feel like that should continue going forward.
Yeah, so when he does lose, it's a big moment.
Exactly. It's not because I think if he loses here, it'll be like, oh shit, he lost at Dynasty to Danielson. People will forget it, not the match itself, but people will forget that he lost at
Yeah,
this pay per view. Um, so I, 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 this match will be great. It'll be talked about. If Danielson loses, it'll be like awesome. Not in rooting of him losing.
no, yeah.
It'll just be like, it was a great match. It's what he
I
probably
think he's
wanted to
gonna.
happen.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take the pin. I think he's here to give Will that little
A name,
boost.
yeah,
Yeah, give him that rub and be like, yo, this is the guy. This is the next guy right here. I think
exactly.
I think Will deserves that win.
It does. It's gonna be a banger of a match, man. You
Yeah.
know, I think is this the match he said he wanted to open the show, or
Yes.
was it the tag match? Okay, all right.
So I would open the show with this because you can't put this in the middle of the show because people are just gonna, you're gonna deflate the crowd. You're gonna deflate the
Yeah,
crowd. What you need
you
to
want to
do
start
is
off
put
hot.
you got do this match and then a match that's gonna be technical, kind of like the Roderick Strong Kyle O'Reilly match, and that's how you kick it off. You do this and then that. I feel
Yeah,
because I feel like if you do this like in the middle or if you do this as a co-main event, you're fucking the main event over 1,000%.
yeah, yeah. You would want this far away from the main event as
Yeah,
possible.
but then also you
Not that it doesn't
can't.
deserve to be main event. It's just
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna
then
be a
also
banger
you can't
match.
put it as the main event because you want to put the emphasis on this AEW title. This is the you keep saying this is the most important title in wrestling right now. Let's treat it that way. It's closing every show from now on.
Exactly.
I just don't think this could do the co-main event, not because it doesn't deserve it, but because you're gonna fuck the crowd over. You know what I mean? They're gonna get so tired off of this match because you already know how this match is gonna go. So you know you're gonna be exhausted by the time this match is done,
Yeah,
and I think that's why it needs to open the show. So at least you start off hype and then it dies down a little, but that's okay because the next couple matches are more technical, and then we skyrocket back. You know what I mean? So like I think the ladder match should go right on before the main event. I think you do a break
Okay.
right before that, and then 2 matches back to back.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I just think if you throw this randomly in the card, it's gonna exhaust the fan. Like they're gonna get
It would.
exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
was.
I think you
Yeah. I would
gotta
agree on
open
that.
with it because, like I said, you gotta exhaust the crowd, but also what a fucking banger to open with. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like this is gonna be a
Yeah.
crazy ass match. It's giving off Brian and Kenny vibes.
It is. It is. It literally
Yeah.
is. But
So
it's on
like
a
the
bigger
same way they
stage.
opened up Arthur Ashe, they opened up the pay per view. Let them open up
Yes.
the pay per view.
I just hope it. Unless it ends in a draw, but I highly doubt it will.
I don't know.
It's possible, but it's not the smartest move
Yeah, they.
to do.
I think they'll do a rematch before they do a draw. They'll just
Yeah.
let one of them lose before they do a draw, and then just be like, "Ah, we'll do a rematch."
Exactly. Exactly. I think it should be Osprey though. I love Danielson.
Yeah, because
Um.
I do think this is gonna be the match in the summer too. I think this might be a Wembley match, a rematch. I
Okay.
think this is gonna be like Brian's like, I'm gonna beat you in front of your home crowd. Like that's
Ooh.
gonna be his thing. He's gonna come in as the heel and then take another
Okay.
loss, but he's gonna try and get that win over Will.
I think it should. I think at Wembley it should be Blackpool Combat Club versus United Empire, if they get away from Don Callis
That
and
would
his
be
family.
fire. So is he still
'Cause
part of the family?
yes, but there's. I think they're slowly teasing him getting
He's
away
like
from them.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, and they should get
Okay.
Kyle Fletcher out of there too, man. I mean, I love United Empire. Um, that was a great trio. They should be in the trios division too.
Yeah.
Um,
But they're waiting for this
they
guy to
work
get
better.
healthy. Once he gets healthy,
Yeah,
hopefully they'll start it
maybe
up.
I think that's why they're playing it out. Maybe they'll play
Yeah.
like Osprey versus Fletcher for a bit, and then maybe when he's is healthy, just that's when you have like you know Fletcher be like, you know what, I'm joining Osprey again. He was right,
Exactly. Yeah.
type of thing.
He was right all
But
along.
yeah. So I'll go back to you, man. But maybe that's the thing down the line. I hope to see
Yeah.
at All In.
I can see that.
But if they attach a trios belt on the line,
Oh
that'll be
man,
sick.
that would be
Um,
dope.
yeah. But yeah, I would say Osprey. This is gonna be a fun match, a great match. Not even fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great match.
Yeah. I got
Um,
Osprey.
yeah. I love Danielson, but Osprey needs this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we can get right into the main event if that's the thing. Samoa
Oh.
Joe versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. It's Swerve's time, man. It is Swerve's time. I've been saying this since the triple threat match at Revolution. I feel like he should have won that one, but I'm glad they did a one-on-one match now. Um, I would have preferred they did it at one of their big four pay-per-views, but
Yeah. I thought it
if
was
they're
gonna
gonna give him his
happen.
moment
Yeah.
at Double or Nothing, at least,
Yeah. I
but
thought the same.
this has to be Swerve's time. If Samoa Joe loses, it won't hurt him at all.
Mm-mm.
I know people were kind of expecting a more dominant run from him, but it's not going to hurt Samoa Joe.
Nah, he's been having a good run. I think as a champion,
Yeah,
I think he's been
he's
doing
been
his thing.
dominant already since he won the Ring of Honor Television Championship. I think
Yeah.
it's fair if he loses it now, get the rematch down the line. It won't hurt him at all, and it's Swerve's time. He needs to be the first, Black AW World Champion. I think that would be a great story to do, and
Yeah. That'd be a big moment.
he deserves it. He deserves it.
Oh, most definitely. But damn, yeah, I thought it was gonna happen at Double or Nothing.
But
But
it
maybe
has to
that's
be
where we
now,
get the
man.
first great defense.
Exactly. Maybe that will
Yeah.
see like a first. I don't want to say he has the first great match of Swerve. He's had great matches. It's
No, yeah,
just
definitely.
it will spotlight him, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cause I,
Like I think the biggest match of that card would probably be Swerve versus somebody else.
yeah, cause I think it's gonna be him and Paige. If Swerve wins, we're getting him and Paige again.
Ooh.
And I think maybe you start teasing it at Dynasty. Maybe if Swerve wins, maybe you have Hangman take that moment away from him and just stand on the stage and point at him. Like I'm coming for that.
Ooh.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like one of those, and then you end the show with them going back and forth. Paige on the stage screaming, him in the ring screaming, holding his belt up. But yeah, I think this is Swerve's time. I think this is it. Like I said, I wish it would have been like a double or nothing, but I'm fine with this. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this because it's making it seem like every pay per view is gonna be important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can lose it. Like with a lot of people, they'll always think for the next big pay per view. Like we even said it, double or nothing. Same thing with WWE. You always think Mania. They'll lose at Mania. Or they'll lose at Rumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're never gonna say they're gonna lose at fucking Backlash. No shot. Somebody's losing their belt at
Yeah.
Backlash, which it might happen, but not like a big title. But I think this is them trying to show you like, yo, you have to watch every pay per view because anything can happen. And I think Swerve's gonna take the dub. I think Joe has done a great job with that belt. I think especially after the run MJF had, him keeping it as an important title and being consistent with it and actually defending it. You know what I mean? Like he's been doing
Yeah.
his thing with that belt. I know a lot of people haven't liked the title run. I've liked his title run.
It's
Have
been
no
good.
problem
It
with it.
was.
I think
Yeah.
yeah, I think he did a good job. Like you gotta remember, MJF just held it before him and was holding it for a minute. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It was
So
like over a year.
for him to still make us care about the AEW championship, it's kind of pretty dope. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because it's hard after a long title reign. Like, going back to WWE, Cody's gonna have a problem with that, with just trying to get people invested. I don't think he'll have a problem because he's such a fan favorite. But
Yeah.
Joe was just so out of left field to take the belt off of MJF that was like, whoa, like even at the end of World's End, it wasn't like, oh, Joe's champion. It
It
was
didn't
like, what the
process
fuck
yet.
happened with
Yeah.
Cole and MJF? And then was like, oh shit, Joe's champion now.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
but he kept you invested in the belt. He had these storylines with these guys and had these matches that were great. So shout out Joe. He did his thing with this belt. It's Swerve's time to take over.
Yeah. I think Swerve can continue that momentum with the World
Yeah.
Championship for sure. Um, Samoa Joe's had a great run with it, like you said. I agree with everything that you said. I just think Swerve is that person to continue that hot streak of who is the world champion, and they've done a great
Yeah.
job with Samoa Joe, like you said. Um, And Swerve is that guy that could do it. If whether or not they have Paige come out afterwards or not, I think they need to have someone ready to be like, oh, it can't be his first feud cannot be a transitional feud. You know
No.
what I mean?
No.
It's got to be someone hot and ready to go after
Yeah.
Swerve from the start. If it has to be Paige again, let it be Paige again. I'm sure someone will be ready and more, prepared to go right after him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Uh, what day is today? Is it
I mean,
18th? Double nothing's a month away, so
he also had some words with MJF before MJF left.
yeah, but who
So
knows? But if he comes back
that's also
tonight,
open. You know what I mean? Like, you can do a lot with Swerve and this belt. I'm
yeah,
excited for this title run.
me too. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be great.
And I
There's
think
so many,
he deserves this title so
definitely,
much.
definitely. There's so many reliable challengers you can go after.
Yeah.
Um, so he's been on fire. So going from what he was doing in WWE till now in great, great, how do I say it? Great rise, I guess. A great
Yeah.
rise in
Cuz
stock that he had.
I think I think what it was that once he left, he was able to figure out his character more. He had the
Exactly.
freedom to do it. You know what I mean? He had the freedom
Yeah.
to figure out who was Swerve. You know what I mean? And what was he gonna do with the character? And I think this is such a great character that he has. He has
Yeah.
done phenomenal. Like I know, like with the character that he has now,
Yeah.
he's gonna win this title, right? He's gonna do his thing with AEW. I definitely see him going back to the Fed one day. He just has that
Probably.
kind of character, but you never know. He might be an AEW lifer now that they're actually doing shit with him. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
actually believe in him. I know a lot of people think about just money, but sometimes when a company believes in you, it's like, yo, maybe this is my spot. You know what I mean? Look at Taker.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's not Taker without Vince, and that's why he was so loyal to WWE. Even when the
Exactly. Yeah.
Undertaker character was a little trash in '99 and fucking WCW came knocking, he was like, nah, I'm cool. No,
Yeah.
thank you. I'll just stick it out. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
maybe that's how Swerve is gonna be. But like I said, he's built his character so well, and he's done incredible since he's left WWE. And he deserves this title so
He
much. I think
does.
this moment's gonna be so dope for him.
It's gonna be a special moment on Sunday when he
Yeah,
wins it. If he wins it,
yeah,
um,
I think he does. He
yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
it's either here or Double or Nothing, but I feel like it has to be here unless you're trying to set up something. But I don't think so. I think this
This
is
is
it.
what's really the setup for Swerve at this
Yeah,
point.
you're not
You
gonna
know
do
what I
another
mean?
triple threat match with him and Joe. There's no shot.
No,
So this
no,
has to be it.
exactly. Um, I can't really think of anything else to do. This has got to be now. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's got to win the title, man.
yeah. This if it's not now, then probably a
When?
long time from now.
Then when?
Then
Like
yeah,
what the
exactly. Then when?
fuck? Yeah, like it has to be
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So I got Swerve winning this one.
Same, yeah, swear, baby.
Yeah. So that
Damn,
was
that's a
the
dope
last
card.
match. Dope
That's a
card. You're
dope
super
card.
excited for this card on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Damn,
Um,
man. I feel like we've been saying that with every pay per view lately, and
yeah,
that's what's so dope about right now. Like it's just like
I know.
I'm so hype about this pay per view. You know what I mean? Like it's like sick.
Me too. Me too. But yeah, we could wrap it up there. This was our AEW Dynasty prediction episode.
Yes,
Going to
sir.
be a great show. Once again, continue to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all platforms. Nick, again, your host. With me is my co-host Joel, and we will
Yep.
see you guys next time.
Catch ya.